guys, and welcome back. Today I am so excited for this video. I thought about this video idea and series idea late at night when I could not sleep. I have a bad habit of online shopping when I can't sleep. Yeah, it's a problem. But anyways, I went onto Ulta, onto Sephora, was looking up different makeup, trying to think of some kind of video ideas, and I came up with one that I personally think is brilliant and I love, and I hope that I can expand the series. But anyways, let's just dive into it. So I went onto Ulta and I was looking at their foundation section, and you can organize their foundations by rating, by price, by a few different things. And I decided to find out what the least expensive foundation was that they offered and the most expensive foundation was. So I did that, and I decided I wanted to do a video comparing Ulta's least expensive to most expensive foundation. And that's what we're gonna do today. I bought two foundations to put head to head, and are an insanely different price. I am gonna put these on my face at the same time. I am going somewhere today, so I hope the foundation shade match is not that off. I feel like it's going to be because one of them looks a lot darker than the other one, but we're gonna see. That's what we're doing today. I'm so excited. If you want me to continue this series, least versus most expensive on Ulta, I can do concealers, blushes, the whole 9 yards. I'm so excited. Let me show you what I got. You already know from the thumbnail. The least expensive foundation that Ulta offers right now is the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. I have never used this. This was another awesome thing. I've never used either one of these, but this is the least expensive, and at the time I bought it, it was $6, and it is supposed to be a satin finish foundation, and it is supposed to be a medium coverage. So there is that. I will note this is tiny, and I looked at it. It's only 0.68 fluid ounces, so it's a little over half of what a normal one is. So maybe not the most cost effective of the least inexpensive ones. So it's probably almost $12 for a full ounce. The most expensive foundation that Ulta currently offers is the number 1 de Chanel foundation tint. This was $70, so 6 versus 70. Big price difference. I'm looking to see, there's no English. Where are you? Here we go. Enriched with red chamomile oil, this moisturizing fluid foundation helps protect skin from external aggressors, maintain a youthful appearance. It also helps soften skin and provide all-day comfort with continued use. The complexion appears more beautiful and radiant with a youthful glow. Luminous finish, buildable coverage. Face. Okay. So we've got a satin finish and a luminous finish, and we've got a medium coverage and a buildable coverage. I don't know what any of that means, but we'll see what they look like side by side. This one is a full fluid ounce. So here are my two foundations. I'm so excited. e.l.f. looks darker, but in the jar it's kind of hard to tell. So okay, I think I want to start with the e.l.f. I've seen people like this one, so we're gonna start with this and see how it goes. I have the shade 120 Pearl, and I believe this was the lightest shade that they had. I have two sponges, one for each foundation. I also have a brush if I need it, but I figured we would start with a sponge. So I think I'm gonna put e.l.f. on the left side and Chanel on the right. e.l.f. does come in a pump, which is nice. And we're going to be, okay. Hey, it's not as dark as I thought it was gonna be. All right, so what did I just say? e.l.f. is on the side, okay. So I'm gonna start by putting it on like this, and then we'll blend it out. It does have a little bit of a scent to it. Oh, that could be my sponge, hold on. No, it's the foundation. It's not overpowering, but it is there. With these two foundations, I'm gonna try to put on the exact same products over top so we can see how they perform under the same circumstances. I have my Bliss Block Star, what's it called? Sunscreen on underneath. Put that on quite a while ago. Okay, so far I would say this is a light to medium coverage. I still can clearly see that. That's gonna need concealer. It's definitely, it feels hydrating, but it looks more matte. Let me turn this down a little bit. Oh my gosh, my battery is gonna die. It's not super matte, but it's like it says, it's a natural, more natural finish. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that one layer for now and see how this Chanel does, and then we'll come back if I need to. Here is the Chanel, and this also has a pump. Let's see. You did, okay. This one is a little bit runnier of a foundation. It's not like watery going down my hand, but the viscosity of it was a little bit thinner coming out. Okay, so the colors are actually very similar, and this is not gonna look bad on my face, so that's great. I have never owned a Chanel product, I don't think. I've had Guerlain, I've had Dior, but I don't think I've had anything from Chanel. Okay, these are looking very similar. All right, so we have the e.l.f. side and the Chanel side. The Chanel may be slightly less coverage, just a little bit more dewy. So the finish is a little bit different. The coverage is actually very, very similar. So I'm going to see if they will both build up just a little bit. So I'm gonna do one extra pump of the e.l.f. I'm just gonna dip my sponge right into that and then go onto the face. So I'm gonna try to build it up where I've got a little bit more problem areas. Okay, so that did build up. There we go. So that covered up that a little bit more, and it still looks pretty natural. I didn't even use all of that pump that I got out. So let's do the same on the Chanel side. We'll do one extra pump, stick the sponge directly into that, and see if we can add a little bit more coverage. It looks like the Chanel oxidized a little bit because putting this layer on is a little bit lighter than what was already on my face. So, but just a little bit. So that may have built up just a little bit, but I still think there's a little bit more coverage on the e.l.f. side. Chanel is dewier. It feels a little more hydrating. This one feels not tight. I mean, it still feels hydrated over here, but let's see how these foundations play with other makeup now. All right, so my makeup is done. I want to note that I did not put on a highlighter. I wanted to see the luminosity of the foundations throughout the day, and I also did not use a setting spray. I used powder in this area and powder blush, cream bronzer. Okay, let's get up close and see how these foundations are setting with the rest of the makeup on. I am thoroughly impressed with the e.l.f. side. It's not a full coverage, but it's covering nicely. Nothing is looking cakey as of yet. The Chanel side. I feel like the Chanel side is not quite as plumping. Like, I feel like my pores look a little bit more smoothed over on the e.l.f. side. Look a little bit more exaggerated through here. So That's interesting. But they both feel, like this one feels slightly more hydrating, but they both feel pretty hydrating. And I have dry skin. They look fine on the forehead. The Chanel has sunk into these lines a little bit. The e.l.f. has not. So yeah, $6, $70. So far the $6 is winning. For that drastic of a price difference, that's crazy. Let's see how they wear. Maybe the e.l.f. will fall apart in an hour or two. I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna go about our day. We have speech therapy for Lincoln later, and he's going to Lolly's house tonight, so I will be back probably after I drop him off, and we will see how everything is looking. But so far, I'm liking the e.l.f. I'm impressed. Guys, I will see you later. I do want to note it is 10:38 right now. I just finished putting everything on. I will see you in a few more hours. All right, the child is now gone, so I have the house to myself right now, and it's kind of weird. My husband will be home soon though. So I figured I would go ahead and wrap this video up. I also need to take my camera and all my stuff and put it in a bag. I have a shoot early in the morning, so I need to go ahead and pack all that up, make sure I have batteries and stuff. So all that being said, it is almost 5 o'clock and I'm fixing to take the makeup off, get everything ready for tomorrow. So let's look at this and see how they held up and which one is better. I haven't really looked at my face in a little while, so I had a pimple right there, so that's really dry. It's kind of sticking to that. It's worn off right here. This is the e.l.f. side. The blush has stayed really well though. It's definitely worn off on the cheek area, on the jaw, right here. I gotta say the Chanel lasted a little better. I still think this side looks smoother though. Like my pores look just a little bit more exaggerated. The forehead, it looks like this side wore off more. That means I touch my face here and here, I guess. I also have a 4-year-old, so he's always all over my face. So there's always going to be some wear in my foundation. So I think that they both wore pretty well. I don't think my face looks super heavy. This side is a little bit heavier and it's kind of clinging a little bit to dryness right here. So, but honestly, they performed very similarly. I think the Chanel is a little bit more dewy and luminous, but by no means is the e.l.f. one feel dry on my face. I don't know that one looks more luminous than the other at this point. I think that the Chanel stayed on a little bit better, but I think the finish and smoothness looks better on the e.l.f. So they are a little bit different. Are they, you know, $60 different? I don't know about that. I don't know if this one is worth $70. It's not a $70 foundation in my mind. There are definitely foundations that I do think are worth it. The Guerlain foundation is $60. I love that so much. I haven't been able to get my hands on it lately, so I haven't been using it. But also the Merit complexion stick, obviously I love, and that one's $38. But of these two, I would choose the e.l.f. one. Yeah, it looks so much, I don't know if you can, here, I'm gonna turn this down even more. I don't know if you can see the texture right here is just a little bit smoother than on this side right here. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you want me to continue this series or turn it into a series, let me know. So if you have any names for this series, if you can come up with anything clever, because I can't. Also leave that in the comments below. I can do concealers next, I could do blush next, I could do bronzer next. I don't mind buying makeup. I'm gonna stop talking and yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. So if you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you wanna see those future videos, hit that subscribe button down below and I will see you guys next time. Stay gorgeous, bye. I don't know, call me crazy. Did it die? Yeah. Why would you do that? Why would you put an SD card and dig it into a cream bronzer? Yeah, Mama, why? Why would you do that? That makes no sense. And now you're spinning me around. Thank you.